Emma had always been different. While the other girls in her class wore the latest fashion and chatted endlessly about boys and social media, Emma preferred to keep to herself. She spent her lunch break sitting alone, sketching in her notebook, or quietly working on her art projects. She never seemed to fit in. Her classmates, especially the popular group led by Jessica, loved to tease her for being so weird and awkward. One morning, Emma came to school wearing a large, colorful cardboard box. She had a little smile on her face, but inside she felt nervous. The box was part of an art project for the upcoming school art competition, a competition she had worked on for months in secret. But her classmates didn't know that. They only saw the girl in the box. As Emma walked down the hallway, Jessica and her friends burst out laughing. "What is she wearing?" one of the girls snickered. "Is she trying to be a joke?" Jessica added, rolling her eyes. Emma didn't let their laughter stop her. She simply kept walking, her head held high, and went to her locker to put away her books. She had worked too hard on her project to let a few comments get to her. But the teasing didn't stop. During class, Jessica continued to make fun of Emma, poking fun at her box. "Is that a new fashion trend? Are you too scared to show your face?" she mocked, and the rest of the class laughed along. Emma tried her best to ignore them, but deep down their words stung. At home, Emma would retreat to her room where her true passion lay. She loved to draw, really loved it. She'd spend hours creating intricate designs, landscapes, and portraits. But it was more than just a hobby. Drawing was Emma's way of escaping the world and finding peace. Her parents had always encouraged her creativity, but they also understood why she kept it a secret. Emma feared that her classmates would never take her seriously. How could she be a talented artist when all they saw was an awkward, shy girl who wore a cardboard box on her head? But when the school's art competition was announced, Emma made a decision. She would enter the competition, but she would not reveal her identity to anyone. She would let her artwork speak for itself. For weeks, she worked tirelessly on her pieces, pouring her heart into every brushstroke. The box she wore to school was actually a canvas for her most ambitious piece yet, a representation of her emotions, her dreams, and her hidden world. No one knew it, but the box wasn't just a quirky fashion choice. It was part of her artistic expression. The day of the competition arrived. Emma kept to herself, staying in the back of the room as the art was displayed for everyone to see. The pieces on the walls were beautiful, but when Emma's work was unveiled, it was clear that something extraordinary had been created. Her drawings and paintings weren't just technically impressive, they were raw, emotional, and full of depth. She had created a world of beauty that no one had ever seen. The judges were stunned. Emma's work was chosen for first place, and the crowd erupted into applause. Jessica and her friends were speechless as they gazed at Emma's artwork. They had no idea it was hers. In the days that followed, whispers spread throughout the school about the girl in the box. People began to see her differently. The teasing stopped, and instead of mocking her, the bullies now asked about her artwork. Jessica, feeling guilty for her past behavior, approached Emma one afternoon. I had no idea," Jessica said, her voice softer than usual. "Your art, it's amazing. We're sorry for making fun of you." Emma smiled, though it was bittersweet. "I'm glad you like it. And I'm glad you understand now. Sometimes people are too quick to judge others based on appearances. But there's more to everyone than meets the eye." As the days passed, Emma found herself navigating a new world, one where she was no longer the shy, unnoticed girl in the corner of the classroom. Her win at the art competition had changed everything. People who had once avoided her now approached her with curiosity. Even Jessica, the ringleader of the bullies, seemed different. One afternoon, as Emma was leaving the art room, Jessica caught up with her. Emma had expected another sarcastic comment or, at best, a shallow apology. But this time Jessica's voice was sincere. "Emma, I want to talk to you," Jessica said, looking somewhat uncomfortable. Emma hesitated but nodded. "What is it?" "I'm sorry," Jessica said, her eyes avoiding Emma's. "I was wrong about you. We were all wrong. I don't know why we made fun of you. You're really talented. I didn't see it before." Emma looked at her, trying to process the words. For so long she had heard only mockery from Jessica, but now there was something different. There was honesty in Jessica's tone. "I appreciate that," Emma replied quietly. "It means a lot." There was an awkward silence between them, but Jessica eventually broke it. I was wondering if you could teach me how to draw. I mean, not like you, but maybe you could show me how to get better?" Emma blinked, taken aback. "You want me to teach you? After everything?" Jessica nodded, her eyes wide with sincerity. "I do. I want to learn, and I don't know anyone else who can show me the way you do. She smiled a little sheepishly. I think I've been looking at things the wrong way. It took a moment, but Emma smiled back. Okay, I can show you some basics, but it's going to take a lot of practice. Jessica grinned. I'm ready to work. In the weeks that followed, Emma began to share her passion for art with Jessica and eventually with other students who expressed interest. It started as a quiet exchange after school, with Emma guiding Jessica on how to sketch basic shapes and shading. But soon, Emma found herself working with several classmates who were eager to learn from her. The once popular group, including Jessica's friends, began to approach Emma differently. They asked for advice on their own artistic projects, and Emma, though initially hesitant, began to open up more. She wasn't just the girl with the box anymore. She was becoming the girl with the talent that no one had expected, and now they were all starting to appreciate it. One afternoon, Emma stayed after class to finish a new painting for an upcoming school art show. As she added the finishing touches, she was surprised when the door opened, and Jessica walked in holding a sketch pad. I've been practicing, Jessica said, her voice a little uncertain. I wanted to show you. Emma smiled, setting down her paintbrush. Let me see. Jessica opened her sketchbook, revealing a series of drawings, a mix of portraits and abstract pieces that showed real effort and potential. It wasn't perfect, but there was raw talent there. Emma's eyes softened as she flipped through the pages. You've improved a lot, Emma said, genuinely impressed. This is great. I've been practicing what you taught me, Jessica said with a proud smile. I used to think it was just something to do to pass the time, but now, I kinda get it. It's more than that, right? It's a way to express yourself, not just a hobby. Emma nodded. Exactly. Art isn't just about making something look good. It's about expressing who you are. Jessica looked down, a little embarrassed. I guess I judged you without knowing. I'm sorry for how I treated you. Emma thought for a moment before responding. You don't have to apologize. We all make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them. Jessica's smile grew wider. I'll keep practicing. And maybe one day I can make something as good as your paintings. Emma chuckled. You never know. With enough work, you might surprise yourself. As the art show approached, Emma's transformation continued. She became a respected figure in the school, not because she sought fame or attention, but because her talent was undeniable. Her once bullied classmates now admired her, not just for her art but for her resilience and kindness. But despite the newfound respect, Emma remained humble. She continued to work hard, pouring her heart into her paintings and helping others discover their own creativity. With Jessica and a few other students by her side, Emma even organized a small art class after school, where students could come together to create and share their work in a supportive environment. Emma's success was not just about winning the art competition anymore. It was about the way she had changed the atmosphere at school. The teasing stopped, and instead the school became a place where students began to appreciate each other's differences, whether it was through art, music, or other unique talents. One day, Emma stood in front of her latest piece, a large, intricate mural she had painted on the wall of the school's art room. It was a reflection of everything she had been through, the loneliness, the bullying, and the eventual triumph. The mural told a story of growth, of finding beauty in the most unexpected places, and of embracing one's true self. As she stood there, Jessica came over, looking up at the mural in awe. You did this? Jessica asked, her voice filled with admiration. Yeah, Emma said, smiling softly. It's about finding the beauty inside. And how sometimes, we don't realize how much we're capable of until we stop listening to everyone else's opinions? Jessica nodded, her eyes thoughtful. I think that's something I've been learning too. Emma placed a hand on her shoulder. You're getting there. And in that moment, standing in front of the mural that had been a product of her heart and soul, Emma knew that her journey was far from over. It wasn't about the box anymore or about proving anyone wrong. It was about creating a space for others to discover their own beauty, just like she had. As the school year drew to a close, Emma's art became a defining feature of her high school experience. The mural she painted had become the centerpiece of the art room, and her success in the competition had inspired many of her classmates to pursue their own creative paths. But Emma wasn't done yet. She knew her journey had just begun. One afternoon, as Emma was walking through the school hallways, a familiar voice called out to her. Hey, Emma. Jessica waved from a distance, rushing to catch up with her. Can we talk? Emma stopped and smiled, having grown more comfortable around Jessica after their art lessons together. Sure. What's up? Jessica hesitated before speaking. So, I've been thinking about the future, about college. You know, I've been working on my art, but I don't think I want to stop here. I want to take it seriously. And I was wondering, do you think I could maybe join you for some kind of portfolio workshop over the summer? I'm not sure how to make the leap from being a beginner to someone who could actually get into a good art school, and I was hoping you might help me. Emma was surprised. In the past, Jessica would have never asked anyone for help, much less someone she had once bullied. But there was something about the sincerity in Jessica's voice that made Emma feel proud. Of course, Emma said, her smile widening. I think you have real potential, Jessica. Let's work together over the summer. We can build a portfolio, and I'll help you with anything you need. Jessica's face lit up with gratitude. Thank you. I didn't know who else to ask. I don't think I could have asked anyone else but you. You've really changed everything for me. As the two girls talked about their plans, a sense of fulfillment washed over Emma. It wasn't just that she was helping Jessica now, it was that she had become a symbol of change and possibility. She had proven to herself and to her classmates that things didn't have to stay the same. You could grow. You could change. And you could always find a way to inspire others to do the same. That summer, Emma's life changed in ways she hadn't expected. Her art mentor, an acclaimed local artist who had heard about Emma's success, reached out to offer her an internship. It was an opportunity that Emma had never dreamed of, and it confirmed that her talent was something people were beginning to recognize. Jessica was right beside her during this time, helping her work on new pieces while building her portfolio for art school applications. They spent long days at Emma's house, sharing ideas, sketching together, and learning from each other. What started as a journey of helping someone who once bullied her blossomed into a deep friendship. With Jessica's encouragement, Emma applied to several prestigious art schools, and to her surprise she received offers from all of them. The college acceptance letters began to pile up, each one validating the path Emma had chosen. She could finally see the future she had once only dreamed about, a future where she could pursue art, travel the world, and create pieces that could inspire others, just as she had inspired Jessica. On the last day of school, Emma stood before the mural she had painted, a piece that had come to symbolize her growth, the friendships she had built, and the journey she had taken from being a shy, bullied girl to a confident, respected artist. As she looked at it, Jessica walked up beside her. You did all this, Jessica said softly, gazing at the mural. I'm so proud of you, Emma. I didn't do it alone, Emma replied, smiling. We all have our own journey, and this was just the beginning. Who knows where we'll go from here? The two girls stood in front of the mural for a while, each lost in their thoughts, but both filled with a sense of possibility. They knew that this chapter of their lives was ending, but it wasn't the end of their stories, it was just the beginning. The story of the hidden talent is not just about Emma's transformation, but about the idea that talent and potential are often hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. It is about overcoming adversity, forgiving those who wronged us, and using our unique abilities to not only succeed but to inspire others.